Zhang Yi's eyes were a little hot. He had to have a weapon of his own to defend himself. "I like to use a knife." Bailey Changqing had already opened a transparent floating screen in front of Zhang Yi. On the light blue screen, images of weapons appeared one by one. Bailey Changqing stretched out his hand and swiped it across, and immediately all kinds of weapons appeared in front of Zhang Yi. "The weapons we use daily are made of adamantium. This is the standard weapon used by the investigation team. You can pick one you like, and don't mention the prize. I'll give it to you," Bailey Changqing said to Zhang Yi with a smile. "For mutants, the dependence on weapons is not particularly high. Unless they are enhanced mutants who are good at weapons or weapon masters, they pay more attention to this. Among the Black Robe team, only Bailey Changqing relies more on equipment. Of course, the reason why Bailey Changqing said to give Zhang Yi a weapon is not that adamantium weapons are common goods. It's just that he understands that with Wu Di's current strength, it is impossible to beat Zhang Yi. Instead of making the relationship between the two people stiff, it is better to do a favor." Zhang Yi looked at the many adamantium weapons displayed by Bailey Changqing, and his heart was shocked. You know, Liang Yue's Long Ming was specially given to a lady who had protected the high-level officials of Shengjing. In other words, this kind of weapon is extremely rare. But in the top combat teams in the region, such as the investigation team, adamantium weapons have become common. Wu Di frowned slightly. Logically speaking, this kind of weapon cannot be used by people outside the investigation team. Of course, the material formula of adamantium is not a state secret, and several world-class countries have mastered its smelting technology. So as the captain of the Black Robe team, it is not a big deal for Bailey Changqing to give Zhang Yi one. This is one of the privileges of being a captain. Zhang Yi smiled faintly. He didn't want to accept other people's favors for no reason. "No need, since it's a bet. I will get it based on my strength." He walked over and searched among the many weapons. The shape of these weapons is very peculiar. Different from traditional cold weapons, they have a very distinctive cyberpunk metal style. Zhang Yi quickly found a long sword inside. It was a straight sword with a blade of only about 1 meter, which was much shorter than the long Ming used by Liang Yue. Its back is slightly thick, and it should be a replica of the Tang horizontal sword, but with a modern and technological feel. Zhang Yi thought carefully. He is not a pure mutant who fights with weapons, and his strength is weaker than that of the enhanced and orc mutants. Therefore, it is more suitable for him to choose this type of knife that is more suitable for close combat. To put it bluntly, this kind of knife is more suitable for him to use for defense and parrying. If it is not necessary, he will not choose close combat, let alone close combat with the enemy. So Zhang Yi pointed to the horizontal knife and said, "I will choose it." After confirming it, Bailey Changqing smiled and put away the image of the weapon. But he still advised, "This time it is just a competition. I hope you two don't fight too much. When necessary, I will also intervene." Wu Di smiled and said, "Don't worry, boss. I know what I'm doing. As long as he is defeated, his life will not be hurt. He and Zhang Yi have no personal grudges. This battle is just for his personal obsession and a purpose that cannot be told to others." Zhang Yi's mouth curled up slightly. "Me too. But where are we going to fight?" Bailey Changqing looked at the two of them, and seeing that the duel could no longer be stopped, he had to make the duel as peaceful as possible. So he said, "There is a martial arts training ground in Blizzard City. Only there can we fight legally. Let's go there." Zhang Yi glanced at Wu Di, nodded, and said, "Okay, let's go." Wu Di grinned, his eyes filled with fighting spirit. Wu Di and Zhang Yi insisted on having a fight to resolve his worries. Bailey Changqing had no choice but to act as a middleman to referee. So Bailey Changqing took them out of the password bar and went to the martial arts training ground specially provided for soldiers in the district. This place is located in the combat center. Even at night, it is still brightly lit and guarded by elite soldiers. Bailey Changqing led Zhang Yi inside without any obstruction. Zhang Yi was also observing this place along the way. This place gave him a sense of fantasy that transcended his time. All the buildings inside were made of dark silver metal-like materials and even felt more advanced than the materials of his shelter. The defense was not at the same level. The height of the first floor alone was more than 10 meters. People who were here could clearly feel their own insignificance. Zhang Yi suddenly thought of something and said to Bailey Changqing with a smile, "Can I call my friends over?" Bailey Changqing looked at him in surprise. "Why? Are you still worried about us?" Zhang Yi shook his head. "That's not the case. It's just that if I get hurt, I need my personal doctor to treat me." Bailey Changqing smiled. "Don't worry, there are special doctors in this place. And..." He glanced at Wu Di and didn't say the second half of the sentence. "With your strength, Zhang Yi, is it possible to get hurt?" Zhang Yi smiled meaningfully. "I only accept my own doctors to treat me." After thinking about it, Bailey Changqing probably understood Zhang Yi's concerns. Although ordinary people are not allowed to enter the combat center, the core area is not a martial arts arena, so it is harmless to call others to come and watch the battle. "Okay, you can call your friends over. I will give them passes." Zhang Yi nodded, and then asked Liang Yue and others to come here. In fact, his most critical purpose is to get Lu Karen here. Let her use the ability of divine machine control to analyze the materials of this place for him. If it can be imitated, it would be the best and his shelter can be strengthened in the future. Zhang Yi hung up the phone and looked at Wu Di. "Do you want to get ready?" Wu Di smiled and clenched his fist. "I hope you can give your best on the field." Zhang Yi bumped his fist with Wu Di and said, "Okay." Wu Di started some warm-up and Zhang Yi looked at him. "If I could give it my all, you wouldn't be provoking me here. That's really smart of you. Area A and Area B are considered high-level areas in Blizzard City, and they are relatively close to the combat center. So it didn't take long for Lu Karen and his team to come here. When they first arrived here, they were also full of curiosity and were shocked by this spectacular building. The most obvious thing is the murderous aura here, which emanates from every soldier. You know, even the soldiers who are only responsible for guarding the combat center are members of the elite Yanyun force of Blizzard City." When Lu Karen and his team arrived here, they hurried over to ask Zhang Yi what was going on. Zhang Yi simply told them to go over there for a moment. "I have something to tell you." Wu Di looked at them and thought, what are they going to do? Everyone looked very strange when they heard it. Wu Di want to duel with Zhang Yi? Isn't he a little overconfident? Fatty Shu said, "Does Wu Di want to meet Bian Junwu in advance?" Zhang Yi whispered, "This guy is not stupid. He is very smart. He knows that I can't use my full strength in Blizzard City. Otherwise, try to see if he dares to challenge me in other places." "I will definitely." Lu Keiran frowned when he heard Zhang Yi say this and said with some disgust, "He is so mean." Uncle Yu also asked puzzledly, "What's the point of him doing this? It's not glorious to fight you who are not fighting with your full strength even if he wins." Zhang Yi said calmly, "What he wants to prove is that he is stronger than me in the Battle of Tianhai City. Some people are like this, always hoping to find spiritual comfort for themselves. This is his obsession. However, there may be other hidden secrets." Zhang Yi lowered his eyebrows and said in a deep voice, "In short, I must beat him without exposing my strength." This is a little challenging for Zhang Yi, but not much. He already knows Wu Di's abilities very well. But then again, in addition to his new abilities, Wu Di also knows a lot about his abilities. Zhang Yi raised his head and looked at Lu Keiran. "Keiran, it's a rare opportunity to enter the combat center. Take this opportunity to get in touch with the various materials here. Do you understand what I mean?" Lu Keiran exclaimed, thinking that she was just here to watch the fun, but she didn't expect there would be a mission. But she nodded excitedly. "Okay, I will complete the mission." If you like my content and want to keep up with future updates, hit that subscribe button. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video.